after opening VS Code, we need to create a folder or to open the folder, or you can create a file directly by click on create file and then name your file as index.html index1.html. And once a file it is created, you will need to select the folder you want to store your file, then create a file. Once the file is created, you need to start by writing the HTML code. So we call the HTML structure by click on Shift and the exclamation mark, press Enter. This is the structure of the HTML, and as today we are going to write the HTML code to create a form, and the form is used during data collection. So by title it will be form, and we know that every element that will be displayed on browser must be written between these body tags. So to create the form, we need to open the form tag. Open form tag, and once you open the form tag, it will be closed. This form tag, it will allow us to create a user form. So to write or to create a form, first of all you open the form tag and then close that form tag. So within the form tag, we can label the form name. For example, we can open a tag which is called the label name and close the label, and then after opening the label you can create input field. Open tag which is called the input and define the type of that tag which is equal to the text, and specify value of that input type as to be, for example, let's define a placeholder to be your name, and close your tag. So let's open this index1.html in a web browser to see the result. So to see the result, you have to go to the folder where your file are created, and we need to open index1.html. So to open it in a web browser, we have to select it, after selecting it, press right click and select, then press right click, open with, then select Google Chrome or any type of browser you use. So as you see, the result is this. The result for this code is shown as this one. So you see, this is name and this is the button. If you want to make this input field to be under this name, you can add the braid tag. You can add the braid tag to this label, and once you place it and refresh, the input field of that form will be under of the name. That is called the input type, which is called the text. If you can write the text, for example John, and once you type anything, it can be entered because it is text. And let's create other input field which is called the phone. So as a phone, we open a label which is called the phone, and define a bracket that will make the phone to be upper the input field, and then open input tag. Its type is equal to tel, and you can also define a placeholder as, for example, positive 250xx, and then close the tag. As number must be 10, here define this placeholder will be on the inside the box to guide the user that fill the form. Once you refresh your web browser, you see this is the input field of phone. It is under of the phone, but it is not looking well. This is the reason why for this input field you have to add a bracket, which is this bracket. It add the breaks or create a new line, and once you define it two brackets, it create two lines under each. And for this you can also create forms for email, and email its type will be the text. Input type open a tag of input type, which is called the text, placeholder as example at gmail.com, and add the bracket, at least two brackets will make it look well, and then open input type as the text, or it can also just text, and placeholder is text, and this input type of no, we make a mistake. You have to define first label. It is email, and once you refresh your browser, you see, and this is here because for this phone number we don't add bracket at the end. Add a bracket tag and other bracket tag to make it look well. This is here you can type your name, for example, Yasan, and you can type your phone number, for example 0920 what 07 what. You can type any your number, and here you can write email, for example john@gmail.com, and also you can continue by creating match the input field or form. So you can also include, or you can create the password as you open the label which is called the password, and open input tag and its type to be password, and the placeholder to be, for example, XX. Yes, and then refresh your page. You see this is the full password, and for a confirm password you can create the other form to confirm the password, which is called the confirm password. Once you refresh, it will be added here, and you have to add here the break tag to go under or to take the new line. As you know, in any programming you need to specify the new line. So in HTML we use this break tags, and once you feel much more about the input field, you are in a good way. And what if you want to include this into the one box? You can include before, after opening form, you can open also field set, and this field set will be closed here, as it is going to be to enclose the form. And once I refresh, this line separate all around this form. It is already the field set, and after defining field set, you can define the legend. For example, can be the form, and once you refresh, you can see this is the form. For example, registration form. So refresh, it will be appear here. Registration form. And within this form we can define the heading we want to be the personal info. Under the field set we can define the heading one to be the personal information, and once you refresh the page, it will be appeared here, personal information. Here you can write its name, phone number, email, password, and by the way you can create input field for inserting the file or image for anything you want. So here we define the break tags, and to define the for example, you want to ask ID, so you open the label tags to be, for example, national ID, NID, yes, NID, which is called the national ID, and open input tag, define its type to be file, and then after defining its tag to be file, then you can refresh the page. So here you see NID, choose your file, and once you click on it, directly open your file explorer to insert the file. For example, I can insert this image. I can open, and this the image name will be displayed here, so you can create much more of the form. This is for personal information, and if you want to describe for example, you can define this as a form as personal information or educational background. So as here we define a different set as registration form, we can also copy this code, copy or create new ones, then paste, and instead of being registration form, it will be academic background, and this personal info, it will be, for example, it will be academic record, and for name you can specify school name. Yes, you can define a school name, and you can define school for input text, and for telephone, school phone, and here we can define school email, and you can also, this password is not needed. Yes, it is not needed, so you can define as you maybe we can label as the degree, and its input type, maybe it can be file. Yes, it can be the file, and the placeholder to be upload your degree, and close tag. And also for this, confirming the password is not necessary. You can define much more you want to ask the user for that form. It depends on what you want to collect from user. Once I refresh, you see this is personal information, and this is the academic background. And if we want to add more space here, we can add space under this field set. So we define break tag and open break tag again, and once you refresh, you will see here as there is space between them. So this is the simple forms we create by using only HTML, and once you are interested, we can also style by using CSS, as we will learn on the next lesson. And if you want, for example, to add the line that separate this form 1 and form 2, you came here for end of field set for form 1, end of this field set, and also use open tag which is called the HRR. This HRR will create the horizontal line, and once you refresh, you see this is the horizontal line, and also you can define add the break to add more space as to improve readability of the website. You see this is the line, and at the top you can define it as your as you wish. So it depends on what's required and why it's required. So this is the simple how to create the forms using only HTML. As we described it in the previous lesson, the HTML it only defines structure of the web page, and also you want to style it, to design it, to make it look better. This is why the CSS is needed, and also you follow these tutorials and you continue to follow for the next, you will get more info about the CSS. And this is the end of today's lesson. And if you find this video helpful, or if there's things that help you to improve, you can make subscribe, share, comment, and I need your idea in the comment section, where you can tell me what to talk about in the next lesson. And thank you for watching. Thank you very much. God bless you.